thing is very important for everybody. So I can see 21 participants are there, which is good. All right, let us start the very first part in the book, page 13. I'm going to go very, very, very slowly. Thank you. Very, very slowly. So you all have got the book in front of you, or can you put it in the screen?
Okay, I will share the screen. Actually, I also have a book in front of me, but I will share the screen.
Because other people, can they see the book or not?
I'm not sure. So let me
Yes.
share the screen.
Are they are in other places, other countries or other places, or they're not in the same place? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're in other places. Okay, no worries. I believe they can, if you can share that one, is better. Yeah. All right. Now, yeah, that's good. So we go to page 13, please. Page 13, 1-3.
5 minutes. Is this one?
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So here we are going to understand, without going further, we are going to understand what this means. Pancha Upadana Skandha. That has got two sounds. Although it's one word, the second word, first one is a one word. Pancha is 5. Pancha means 5. Pancha means 5. So make sure 5 is Pancha. 5. Upadana Skandha. Upadana Skandha. Upadana Skandha has got two sounds. You can hear that. Upadana Skandha. Can you hear the two sounds? Upadana Skandha. Upadana Skandha, this, that's the word. Upadana Skandha. But you can see the sound tells us it has got two sounds. Upadana Skandha. So you hear the first sound Upadana, the second one Skandha. But when you combine the two, Upadana Skandha. Like yesterday we learned Tina Midda. Tina is one thing, Midda is another thing. But Tina Midda.
Tinamida. This one is Upadana
Skandha.
Kanda.
Kanda. Upadana Kanda.
Okay.
Now Kanda means Kanda. Kanda means mountain. It's called a mountain. Okay? Kanda means it's a mountain. It's a huge mountain. Big mountain. We'll come to that in a minute, what it means. Now, if you read through, comprehending the correct meaning of Upadana Skandha. If I read through what is written here, comprehending means understanding, the amount. Comprehending the correct meaning of Upadana Skandha is a must. Huge. So can you read through the first paragraph together with me? First paragraph, comprehending the correct meaning of Pancha Upadana Skandha is a must. If one is seriously considering to learn and practice the real teachings of omniscient Buddha, it is a must, right? The Buddha explicitly stated, clearly, explicitly means clearly stated that Pancha Upadana Skandha as the prominent cause of dukkha. So the cause of dukkha is Pancha Upadana Skandha. Why we are unsatisfied, why we are restless, why we are unsatisfactory, why we are suffering, why we are weeping, why we are crying, all written there in that paragraph last line. Why we are crying, why we are grieving, all these things are happening to us because of this Panchupadana Skandha that we are not handling properly. We are not associating with Panchupadana Skandha properly. So, is there any question about that part which I said just now? I don't want to go fast.
Yeah, so actually, what's the real meaning of Pancha Upadana Kanda?
Yeah, we'll come to that. It's always happening with us. Okay, I'll give an example to start with. That's the best.
How can we find these kinds of meaning in ourselves?
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to give you an example right now.
Okay.
Okay. So then you can establish that in your mind. Okay. Now we all have seen flowers. Flowers, we have seen flowers.
Yes.
That's right. Yes, we have seen flowers. A lot of people like flowers. Most of the people like flowers, of course. Now, when we see a flower is not asking us to see its beauty. Flower never asks us to see the beauty. Will the flower ask us to see the beauty? No.
Never.
Never.
Mm.
It never asks us to smell.
Yes.
The flower never asks us to smell. Never asks us to pick the flower and take it home and put it in a vase and put it on the table.
Yes.
So flower is not asking that.
Yes.
Not ask.
We did it.
We do that. That's right, we did it. So it's not the flower, we are doing that. Now, when we see a flower, Buddha says, we cannot see the real flower. We get into our eyes the image of the flower. Image.
Yes.
It is a picture, like a picture.
Yes.
It's an image. It's a image. So it's an image. That image is termed by Buddha as rupa, which is, if you go, in this screen, you can see last two lines. If you look at the last two lines, rupa, it is written there. You go to the last.
Ruba, this one?
This first one, yeah, this one.
Okay, Ruba.
Rupa, P-A, Rupa. So we see Rupa, whether it's a flower, whether it's an animal, whether it's a nice scene, whether it's the sea, whether it's a bus, whether it's a train, you name anything, whether it's a person. So we see Rupa. They are Rupa. So Rupa is images of various things in the world.
Okay.
So it's happening to us. Always we look at Rupa. That's a nice Rupa. These are nice Rupa. So these are nice person. These are nice flower. These are nice, these are beautiful flower. These are beautiful house. These are beautiful garden. These are beautiful vehicle. van or car or whatever. So those are all rupa, right?
Yes.
Okay, now that is from your eyes. So Buddha says we can see rupa from our
Eyes.
ears. Ears. If you hear something,
Mm,
see you hear something, a sound.
yes.
The sound goes into your mind with a rupa image. Say that sound is from a bird. That sound is the sound of the train. That sound is the sound of a plane or an aircraft. That sound is sound of a person. So that sound, although it's a sound, it goes with a image or rupa. Can you understand that?
Yeah, so no matter the images we saw from outside or the sounds we hear from outside are all called rupa.
Yeah, they're all rupa.
Okay.
But they are all rupa. It's a common word, Buddha says. So
Okay.
when you are eating something for your tongue, you get a taste. When you
Yes.
get the taste, you get a rupa. This is
Ah,
the taste of say mango. This is the taste of a orange. This is the taste of uh, 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 taste of rice. This is the taste of that whatever you have experienced earlier from your small age. That picture, I can say picture or image or picture of that thing comes to your mind. So I have given rupa, picture, image. 3 terms I have given.
okay.
Buddha says rupa, for our convenience, easy to remember, we say picture or image. Okay? So
Okay.
if I say image or picture or rupa, all are the same, no
Okay.
difference.
Got it.
Yeah, Buddha gave a different term, rupa, from Magadhi language, rupa. Okay, I'm going to talk about this rupa for a while, few minutes, because it's so important. Now, this rupa, uh, why we catch this rupa? Why we catch this rupa?
Because
We
we
catch,
attach to them.
yeah, we like to have happiness by looking at them. We are going to have happiness. So we catch rupa. We like to see rupa. Buddha is not asking you to not to see rupa. No, Buddha never asks us not to look at rupa. You look at rupa, but figure out or understand what the rupa is doing to you. So you can look at all the rupas in this world. Now, when you look at a rupa, that image or the picture, we'll come to the first one, the very first one, the flower. That flower, the image or the picture of that flower goes into our system or the interior through the eyes. So it gives an image, then the image goes into our system.
Yes.
Yes. So it goes
Yes.
inside. But when it goes in, it will create a rupa which is different to the object that we have seen. So the flower, we can't put the flower into our eyes, but the flower gives a reflection when the light rays comes. As you know, in science, when the light comes from the sunlight,
Yes.
then it reflects and reflects back into our eyes,
Yes.
and the image going to sit in the eye or stand in the eye.
Yeah.
So it's image. So it's an image. That's why I use the word image. And it's a picture. So it's a picture or an image. So it's a rupa, but it is not the actual picture of the object or the, yeah, on my brain, yeah, image on my brain. So it goes to the brain and it will work out in the brain. It will work out in the brain and say that is a flower. So you identify that as a flower. But
Okay.
so you identify that as a flower because from our small age, we were taught that it is a flower.
Yes.
So we have been practicing looking at the flowers from small age, and we were told that that is a flower, and that is this flower, that flower. You know, they identify different types of flowers.
Yes.
So then when we see a flower, we know exactly what it is. But you can't put the flower into your mind, but the image of the flower goes in. And we say that is a nice flower, right?
Yeah.
So that message, that message come through our mind to say that is a nice flower. We might see a not a nice flower, you know, ugly
Mm.
flower.
Mm.
Then we say it's an ugly flower. So it can be nice flower or ugly flower or in between. It's neutral. It's not ugly. It's not nice. In between. So who is doing that? We do that inside. Yeah, distinguish the between the two. Now that flower which created in our mind. So we created the flower, a picture of a flower in our mind. Can you follow me?
Yes, yes, I can follow you.
Then that particular picture that you create in your mind is called, there's a word given by Buddha, it is called Upadana Rupa. Upadana Rupa. Now if you go back to the
This one,
Upadana, yeah, the
Upadana
very,
Ruba.
yeah, if you go to the, if you go, yeah, Upadana Rupa, that's the one. Now you ask me the Pancha Upadana Skanda, I said two sounds. Upadana Skanda. Now you go back to the heading or the topic of this year. Upadana. Now you know what Upadana means, which is created by us inside the brain or the mind.
Okay.
So you now see that Upadana Rupa or Upadana image or Upadana, you know, image or the picture is not the actual picture of the flower. It is a reflected one. According to science, it's a reflection gives you into the eyes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, no one can see the real, Buddha says, you cannot see the real picture of the flower. You see the reflective image of the flower.
In your mind.
Yes, in the mind.
Yes.
So mind works with that. Mind works with that. Upadana.
Mind works with that, right?
The mind is going to work with that or associate with that, you know, combine with that, join with that, you name, you can look at any term. So
So,
mind is working or associating or joining or attaching or everything is happening with the image, yeah, combine, associate with the image, it is working with that.
yeah. So in this case, actually, if the flower is the same one, but when different people see the same flower, actually the images created in different people are totally different.
Very, very intelligent point you made. Very good. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes. Different people, same flower, different people create in the mind different thoughts, different, I don't say thoughts, different views,
Yes.
ideas. Different ideas are made by different people. That's why if I say that flower is nice, another person might say, no, that is not nice, that is ugly.
Yes.
Sometimes
Totally
that
agree.
person might say that is a nice flower. We might say, no, that is not nice. Okay? Different opinions. That's the term. Different opinions, different
Yes.
view,
Yes.
different way of looking at it. It's a very well done. You have, following the thing very clearly, which is good. I'm very happy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. You're welcome. So it's upadana. Upadana is actually, it's not the real, isn't it?
Yes.
It is not real. It is not real.
It is not real.
It's a fake.
Yes.
Fake. It's a fake, picture. Fake picture. It's not the real picture. Unfortunately, Buddha says it's a fake picture. Now, if you go on looking at this particular rupa or that particular object or flower or any other thing, when you look at that over and over again, it's piled up as a big mountain. So you repeatedly looking at it, it becomes a big mountain.
Yes, because you cannot see the real, you cannot see the truth.
You can't see the real one, you see the fake one, but even the fake one get piled up. It's increasing with the amount. So it's imagination, imaginary mountain. That imaginary mountain of rupa is called skanda, the next term, next sound, upadana skanda. It's a mountain of imaginary figures or pictures, upadana kanda.
Okay, so now I got it.
Yeah, that's upadana. Is creating inside. Upadana means it's creating. Then when you say rupa upadana skanda, rupa upadana skanda, that's but the very first one is rupa upadana skanda. What that means? The upadana means it is created inside the mind. Upadana, skanda means that much of things. Rupa, what is created? Enormous amount of rupa is created in the mind. That is called rupa upadana skanda. So it's pancha upadana skanda, 5 upadana kandas are there. The very first one is rupa upadana skanda. I don't know whether I went fast. Did I go fast? No.
I can follow
Excuse me.
follow you.
Yeah, I can follow you as well. Ini is speaking, and just now you mentioned.
I repeat that slowly. Okay, now. Okay. Look at the flower again. Okay. So you look at the flower. The flower gives a rupa or image onto our mind. To make it easy, rupa gives a image of the rupa. So rupa is going in, but that rupa is changed to an image. The real rupa is what? Rupa is outside rupa, the flower. Flower is the rupa. But what you get inside is an image due to the reflection. So you can't say it is rupa, It is a Rupa Upadana Skanda. So Buddha says, although you see Rupa outside, what you are creating inside is the Upadana, the created mountainous amount of Rupa images inside. Therefore, Buddha gave a name Rupa Upadana Skanda. Because it came from the Rupa, it created inside, it's a mountainous amount. So it's Rupa Upadana Skanda. All right?
Yes, clear now. Ini is clear. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, please look at by your eye and see. You have to experience by yourself this. Because you look at something, you look at the flower, and you can say flower is the object or the Rupa. Which one, what is happening when I look at a flower? Its image, is going to stand in my eye, inside my eye. Then, when I look at it, several times over and over again, that Rupa that image get, what you call, stabilized, or repeatedly looking at it, what happens there? It get, registered. That's the term. It get registered inside the mind. So when you look at that after a few years, you can recognize that because your image has got registered inside the mind. It's like, okay, I'll give you an example. Say you are going to meet a friend after 20 years. You're not seeing that friend for 20 years. But you have got a slight idea that Rupa registered in your mind. Is that right?
Yes. The
So
image when he was young, when he or she was young.
young here. So when you say it's 20 years, we saw him or her. Now if she's 40 or he's 40, so we are going to look at him or her. So she or her, him or her is going to be 20 years older, but you have got that image in your mind that will help you to identify to a certain extent. Otherwise, you identify by name. This is so and so. I can't, see you are changed so much. So everything is happening in that manner. You are trying your best to figure out that image, using that image to identify that person.
Yes.
So that is something like that here. But day to day, when you are looking at, Buddha says, Buddha is talking about present. Buddha is not talking about past. Buddha is talking about present. So Buddha says, past is gone. Future has not come. Be present. That is the Buddha's advice. Don't think about too much about the past. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I would have done this. I wouldn't have done this, and all sort of things. So don't think too much about the future. I'm going to do this, that. But you can have a plan. Buddha says better to have a plan, but better to be at the present. What is happening now?
Yes. Live at the moment.
Yeah, live at the moment. Yeah, that's right. So therefore, this Rupa Upadana Skanda, that means that picture of that object goes into my mind and create its own image inside. So there is an outside image, that's the flower. So we are going to create our own flower inside our mind. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Now the beauty is when we created our own picture of that flower in the mind, we can zoom it. You can make it bigger and smaller inside the brain or in the mind. Can you? You can, go like that, and go like that in the mind. I don't know whether zoom it in or out. Did you understand that?
Just now you mentioned zoom in and zoom out through inner energy, through inner system.
Yeah,
So,
because
so this, can
our
you
system,
give us another an example? How
yeah,
how the
okay, I'll tell
example?
you now. Okay, now when you see something, right?
Yes,
Now see, when you see a dream, if you are dreaming,
yes.
see, when you are dreaming, you are not seeing the things at the same size, maybe smaller or larger.
Ah, oh,
So
got it.
who does that? Who does that? The internal power can do that. Similarly, when you see a flower, you can zoom it in and out by the system. That energy is there to do that.
Okay.
So it's you have to experience that it's not necessary, but you will experience as you go along. If you look at something, you can. If you have seen a very tiny, say, insect, if you have seen a very tiny insect, that insect's the rupa or the image is not going to get registered in your mind with the same size. It's a bit bigger
Ah, yes.
because otherwise you can't
Yes,
see.
yes.
Small. you know
Yes,
is
makes
is a
sense.
is a our body and the mind and the system is uh, is completely amazing. It's hard to believe what it does.
Yes.
So it has that power to make it smaller or larger. That's what I was trying to tell you. Because it depends on the person who wants to do that zoom in, zoom out. Otherwise, you can see with the same size. It's all right. So it can do that. Okay, so I just added something extra, which is good to say, but I wrote that also because of the inner energy has that power to make sure that people can see that part. All right, now Rupa is always coming and going
Yes.
of objects. Now the beauty is this: the Rupa is coming from the same object. It comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes from the same object. If you are looking at if you are looking at the flower, for example, for about 10 minutes, how many times this rupa is coming and going? It's coming and going, coming and going, coming and going.
Many times.
We can't see that, but it's happening enormous amount of times it's happening, coming and going, coming and going. So can you remember we learned, now see, I'm going to join something that you learn. I said raga in the 10 defilement. What is raga? It's happening repetitively. Repetitively happening. Raga. Can you remember that? I'm
Raga.
going to raga.
Repeatedly warming up.
Yeah, that therefore that rupa coming and going, it's called coming. The rupa is called rupa raga. Is coming, rupa. Rupa raga. Then its going is not the rupa, it is called arupa raga. Arupa raga is the residue of the rupa is going out. What is remaining is going out. I don't know whether you understood. It's like when you eat something, you eat the thing and you throw the other part. So the other part is going arupa raga. Arupa raga, rupa raga is coming, arupa raga is going. We'll come to that later. I just want to touch that rupa raga. Raga, repeatedly it's coming. So for the time being, remember there is something called rupa raga. It's coming and repetitively coming, the rupa. You're with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's coming. Rupa is coming. So how much rupa is going to come in 10 minutes or half an hour if you look at something? You can't count. It's enormous amount. Immeasurable. You can't measure. So that much of rupa is coming. So Buddha compared that to a big mountain. Rupa skanda. Skanda means mountain. So enormous amount. Rupa skanda. So he said skanda is a mountain. Upadana means what we create. Rupa. Looking at a rupa of an object, we create a different one. So that different one is called rupa upadana. That rupa is created. The created one is different. That's why Buddha gave the word upadana. Upadana means we are creating inside.
Yes.
What are we creating? We are creating rupa inside the mind. So it's rupa upadana skanda. That much of rupa is creating by us every here and now. You can see in a day, in the morning to until we get up from in the morning and go to bed, how many rupas we are going to create in our mind. Unbelievable amount.
Uncalculable.
Yeah, we are looking at that, we are looking at this, we are looking at that, we are looking at that. How many things we are looking at, per day? We are looking at a book, we are looking at a book, we are looking at the computer, we are looking at the television, we are going out, we meet people, we talk to the, can't measure. You are looking at, how many things per day. So you can imagine per year, how many things. So if you are living for, say, 80, 90 years, how many things you are looking at?
Cannot imagine. Every second.
Yeah, every second here and now we are creating. Creating means upadana. We are creating inside. From the things that we see, from the things we hear. Now it's not only seeing, it's seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, thinking, all these, speeds. Inside the speed, where there are so many speeds inside Dhamma, it's called speed. So therefore, we are creating images through the eyes, images through the, ears. That is sound, images. Not taste, touching from the body and the brain. So many doors, sources. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good point. Sources, doors, sensors, you call all these things. So upadana is creating or generating, in other words. We are generating new ones through the sensors. Through the sensors, we are generating that many rupa. So rupa upadana skanda is a process. Is a process that we are involved in. It is an ongoing process throughout our lives.
Yes, ongoing process.
Ongoing, that's the term. Yeah, very good. So ongoing process, rupa upadana skanda. Where it comes from? It's coming from objects outside the world. They're called external objects. It's coming from the people. It's coming from the animals. It's coming from the situations outside. It's coming from the components. It's coming from the incidents happening all over the world or in the vicinity of the place you are living at. So it's coming from all those sources. When you think about that, it's happening without telling us. We are so busy. Our system is so busy. That's right. Very good. Very good. You're following that. So we are busy every time, isn't it?
Yes.
But we don't know. We don't feel that much. You say, I couldn't do much today, but you have done a lot of things by the system, isn't it? So these are the upadana skandha from the images, if you like, or images of the objects. Images is made through the reflection of the sunlight onto that. When the sunlight, comes in, it brings the reflections into our eyes. Sound waves brings the sound, images of the sound waves. The taste comes through the tongue. So there are so many things, all 5 or 6 senses are working. Yes, so that's a good one. So it's unbelievable. It's happening. Now see, Buddha has found this, fortunately, for us to understand. Now, I would like to go a little bit further. Now, remember that when these things are coming, it has got a certain speed where it is spinning inside. This rupa is spinning inside with a speed. That's right, speed. So that speed gives you, depends on the way that you handle these rupa, it gives you some sort of disturbance into your system. If it is if somebody is going to pick that flower that you are going to pick, you get annoyed.
Yes.
You are trying to pick that flower. Here comes another person running into that and took it away. Or you have seen that particular flower, or say bunch of bananas in the banana tree. So you decided to pick it tomorrow. So when you go tomorrow, you will find that that particular animal took it away. So you go mad.
Mm.
You shout, So I would have done that yesterday instead of, today. So it's
Yes.
all, happening. So it's called I'm giving examples to make it clear. So it depends on the attachment. It's at a speed. There's a speed also behind this. So you can't forget that speed, Dhamma. So Dhamma is always behind this. Dhamma is the speed. The real
Dhamma is the speed.
speed. Yeah, Dhamma is the
Okay.
speed. Dhamma is not what Buddha taught. Buddha taught Buddha's teachings. Dhamma is, because some people interpret Dhamma as Buddha's teachings. But as we go along to Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutra, now see in that Dhamma Chakka Pavattana, Dhamma is speed. And the speed, how the speed comes, what we contain in the system, I said earlier. So whatever we contain in the system, it generates a speed. If we contain good actions, then the speed is not that strong. If a person is going to contain, for example, bad dhamma, like, papa dhamma, then the speed is higher. So who does the speed? The containment. Containment, what is the containment? Papa dhamma or punya dhamma. If the punya dhamma is there, speed is neutral. What do you mean by neutral? It doesn't harm anybody. If it is higher than the neutral speed, then it harms others and the person itself, or himself or herself. So that's what you have to remember when you are reading these things. there is something behind us. When you attach to these rupa of various things, the speed is also behind that. Sometimes it works against us. Sometimes it works with us peacefully. If the attachment is not strong, if the attachment is strong, then you have to be very careful. Because
Yes.
this upadana skandha, you are generating inside from the 5 senses. All are upadana skandha. It depends on the rupa. The first one is the rupa. It is coming from the chakku, the eyes. The Buddha's term is for eyes is chakku. Have you heard about that term, chakku?
No. What is
No.
chapu?
Chakku means eye, the eyes.
Oh, eyes.
Eyes, the eyes, 2 eyes. Then chakku.
How
Yeah.
to spell it?
Hmm?
How to spell it? Chapu.
Chakku, CH,
CH.
CHA,
CHA.
KU.
KU. Chapu. Oh, okay.
CHACKU, sorry. CHACKU, chakku.
CKU.
Chakku. CHACKU. Chakku. Yeah, that's the.
Chapu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chak,
Thank you.
chakku. This is chakku. This is sota. Sota, gana, jiva, kaya, mana. There are the 5 senses are termed by Buddha chakku, sota, gana, jiva, kaya, mana. I'll come to that later. Don't worry. Maybe next week, next day, tomorrow or day after. It's too early. I just said it's called chakku rupa upadana skandha. Upadana skandha. We are talking about upadana skandha. Upadana skandha is the topic. So upadana skandha, there are 5 upadana skandha. This is the first one, but it is coming from this first upadana skandha is coming from rupa, from all 5 senses. Rupa is coming from all 5 senses. Buddha says, you might say, I heard a sound, but Buddha said, you heard a sound through an image of a rupa. Because when you hear a sound, it comes with a rupa or image of an object. As I said, that is the sound of the bird, that particular bird. If people have studied about birds, they can identify that sound is coming from that particular bird. They're right.
Yes.
Yes. So that sound is coming from a train. That sound is coming from a human being. That sound is coming from a car. That sound is coming from a motorcycle.
Yes.
So you can, because you're used to that, you have experienced those things, so you can judge, you can identify, you can recognize where this sound is coming from. So all those sounds are going through our ears. It's going with a rupa, image. So nothing is going without a rupa. So the taste, the seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and thinking, everything, with the speed, everything is going with a image or rupa. Buddha's term is rupa. For our convenience, we say it's image. Yeah, image. Because it's an image, because it's not the real one. It's the reflective one. Now see, if you get a sound of a vehicle, although the vehicle comes to your mind, the picture of the vehicle, but you grab the sound. From the sound, you identify the shape of the vehicle. If a person has studied about vehicles, they can say that is a sound of a car of that nature. It's a Mazda, it's a, it's a Toyota, it's that, this car, that car. For those who are, experienced, mastered the sounds of cars, which we can't do. We can just go on thinking. That makes sense, what I said?
Yes, yes, makes sense. So actually,
Yeah,
the sounds we heard is also fake, like the flower.
Yeah. Sound also like a flower. Because when you hear a sound, it does the same thing. It goes and create to that sound, to suit that sound, we create a image inside the mind to suit that sound. What that sound gives us, it's a car. So you can have the shape of a car, any car, doesn't matter, but it's a car. You figure out that's a car. Unless you are mastered in cars, then you can really identify the real shape and the make of the car.
Yes.
Now, say if the next door car is coming, we can say, yes, it's coming. If you have seen that the next door car is this color, this shape, and this the model, that will hit your mind, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So if you don't know a car about the shape and the color, still you say, car is going on the road now. Or with the sound, it's not a car, it's a larger vehicle. But you don't know what the vehicle is, all vehicles will come to your mind. You may not be able to judge it, from home. You can hear the sound, but you can say, definitely it's a big vehicle. So that rupa goes into your mind. So you pick any rupa, any type of a big vehicle, rupa goes into your mind. Otherwise, it can't recognize. You agree with me?
Yes.
So
yes, I agree with you.
So you are recognizing by yourself. Buddha says all these, what Buddha said is all are experienced by Buddha. So we also can experience. Why not?
Yes.
So what this speed is that I have given the example as a flower. So when this comes, I'll go to the next item just to explain that, and we'll stop because I don't want to do too much. So is rupa, how the rupa is made, how the rupa is generated. When the rupa is generated inside our mind, then what we are looking for is, when it is registered, we are searching whether we can join with that group and have some happiness. Okay? Naturally, that happens. Buddha says.
Sorry.
Yes, very interesting.
Sorry, cannot follow you, Doctor.
Yeah, I'll repeat that. Yeah.
Okay.
When you, I won't just stop there. I'll repeat that several times. When you look at, when the rupa is coming, that means you are looking at objects outside the world, external world, all these things. They are called figurines. They are called the signals. They send the signals to you. I'm using a different term now.
Okay.
The rupa is
Signal.
giving signals, right?
Yes.
It's giving signals to you. It's like, signaling.
Yes.
Look at this, look at me, but it doesn't say look at me, but we go and look at it. the say the flowers are there, 10 types of flowers. Flowers are not going to tell us, look at me, don't
Yes,
look at
yes.
him, look at me. But, we look at them. But when we look at them, it gives you signals.
Who gave us a signal? The Ruba.
Rupa, the object gives a signal. It's always giving signals, because how it gives the signals. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to explain that. These are very complicated one, but you can understand. Now see, when the Rupa, how the Rupa comes into your eyes, it's coming through the reflection. What is reflection? They are coming through the rays, RAYS.
Yes.
It is called sun rays. You have come
Yes.
across that term.
Yes.
Sun rays, that's the term. Yeah, very good. So sun rays are coming into your eyes.
Yes.
That is how the Rupa is coming. So that's the signal. That signal of that Rupa is coming through the rays. Make sense?
Ruba is coming with the
Yeah,
rays, some rays. They
yeah,
come
some rays.
together.
Yeah, they
Okay.
come. So I'm telling you, it sends signals. But signal is through the rays.
Okay.
So everything is coming through the rays. So you look at anything outside, they are coming through the rays.
Yes.
You look at the computer, all these things are coming through rays. It goes to
Yes.
the light, reflects. So you look at your room, all these things in the room, they are coming through the rays.
Yes.
So rays is giving the signals.
Okay.
Rays is the media to give the, yeah, that's right. So rays,
Media to give the signal.
it's a media. It's a media to give the signal. Rays.
Got
It's
it.
like, sound is coming through. What's the media of the sound? Waves. Waves are coming. Sound waves.
Wave, frequency.
Yes. Frequency, that's right. Wave, frequency, waves, that's right. Waves, frequencies, with frequencies, how many wavelengths, okay, this, that, what speed. Now see, all are explained through the science, Buddha. So it has got a speed. So rays are coming with a speed. So it's going into the systems, our system with a speed. So we can't forget that speed. If it goes with a speed, if we absorb them, with a higher speed, this one gets disturbed, because your system is now not normal. The system might get corrupted if you are handling badly. If it get corrupted, what happens? It's going to suffer. Can you understand that point? You suffer.
Not
But you're going
really. Not really. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right, because it's corrupted means not the normal term that we use for corruption.
Okay.
What we see is, the Buddha's term, I'm looking at, various terms to explain. It's pretty hard, because the Magadhi language transferring to English or any language is not easy, because this corruption means it's not normal.
Okay.
It's not normal. It's not normal. But normally we say corruption term used for higher than that, bad things. Yeah, I agree. It's not the right term. But say disturbance. It disturbed. That's a better word, isn't it? It disturbs the system. It irritates the system. It can what you call paralyze the system to a certain extent. So corruption is not the best term, but if a person is going to get angry and do all sort of bad things, hurting others, then that person's system is corrupted.
Yeah.
That term can be used at that point. So that's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is corruption. But before that, disturbance and so on. So when that Rupa comes to you, what is going on in our mind. Can I catch one of these rupa and have happiness? You agree with that or not? No. When the rupa comes, say why you are taking the flower to your home.
Because I like the flower. I think the flower is beautiful.
Yeah, so you can enjoy. So I
Yeah.
can have you're going to have happiness. So
Yes.
that is that who told you that? The Upadana Rupa told you bring it in, isn't it?
Yes.
Upadana, flower didn't take me home. What did that? Upadana Rupa did that. So
Yes.
that example tells you, okay, now you looked at the Upadana Rupa and you were trying to figure out whether that will give happiness to you. That is why you picked that and took it home.
Oh, okay.
So that is called Vedana, the next term.
Vedana.
Vedana. That's called you are checking whether that will help you to get happiness.
Yeah, got it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's very tricky. It's a very tricky point. Buddha was trying to tell us. So it's in English. I was trying to write that in this manner. It's a judgment of awareness to get happiness. It's not written there. It's a judgment of awareness. Judgment of
Judgment of
awareness. It's a
Ve-
judgment. Aware.
yes,
Yeah,
is a judgment.
yeah. Judgment of awareness to obtain happiness. Whether it's worthwhile to attach to gain happiness. So it's a judgment of awareness to find out whether it is worthwhile to attach to them to gain happiness. It's a
Yes.
long sentence. So if you can get the message right, so you're judging, you're
Yes.
checking whether that will what is happening is the Upadana Rupa is telling all this story. The stories who told us? The Upadana Rupa. Upadana Rupa, Upadana image tells us go and pick it.
Yeah, actually in reality, I feel I can do it automatically without awareness.
But it happens, Buddha says it's happening, it's happening in a the speed of that happening is, this awareness, judging the awareness happens in no time. We can't, it's 1 millionth of a second. 1 millionth of a second, that fast.
Wow.
We can't imagine how these five things are moving, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vinyana.
So
these five.
fast.
Yeah, it's going that fast. We can't, that's the fastest thing in the world, which we can't, it's not easy, not tangible, not you can't think even. Yes, beyond imagination, Buddha found this. Unbelievable.
Yes.
It's going so fast. You can't just stop. Because Buddha thought, if I tell you this in one shot, people can't understand. So Buddha divided this into 5 parts. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vinyana. And explain part by part. Still we find it, difficult to understand sometimes. You see?
Yes.
So I told only 2 points. There are 3 other points. I just touched the second one. I had to explain that more. Like Rupa, Vedana. So it's a Vedana Skanda. Again, Vedana Skanda is enormous amount of repetitive awareness. Its judgment went on and on and on, which we have not realized. We can't see. Then only you go and pick it.
Yes.
When you pick that, You don't know it went in your mind so many times, millions of times it went in, whether to pick it or not, whether to pick it or not. Can I get some sort of happiness through this? So that judgment goes on and on and on for so many times, then only you go and pick. So you can imagine how fast it is going.
Cannot imagine.
And yeah, it's
Mm.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Mm.
Beyond imagination.
Yeah, beyond imagination.
You should not think about that, but it happens. So
Okay.
what we are learning is what is happening, how it is happening, what time taken. No, it's too much for us. I'm not thinking about that.
Okay.
The speed of that 5 items. So I'm very happy if you understood up to there. If you have any question, let me know. If you don't have questions, it is good. That's why I started with example. The flower never tells us, take me home, look at me, look at my beauty, look at my smell. No, it doesn't say that. But we look at it and we judge whether
Yes.
it is worthwhile to take this one home. To take this one home, how many things are happening inside? Buddha says it's coming through the rays into your eyes, through the eyes to the brain, then do the investigation, inside the brain, and then decide whether I can have some sort of happiness through this. Then if the mind says no, then and there it rejects. No, I'm not going to pick it.
Yeah.
If it says yes, then only you go and pick it. So all these things are happening. You're not going to pick every flower. You're going to pick the flowers that shows, nice, beautiful, this, that.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Not every flower. So that is the world that we are living in. These things are happening.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much,
That's all
Bodhi,
right.
at this beginning speaking. And is it possible for you to conclude the difference between rupa and another word? How to sound upadana rupa? So is
Yeah.
it possible to make it simple, and in that way we can
Rupa
have
is very simple. Now, very simple. You can look at like this. Rupa is outside. Rupa is up outside. Object is Rupa. You look at Rupa outside. All the things are Rupa. Right?
Okay.
So you bring it into your mind, and you create a Rupa. So through that Rupa, you created that Rupa in your mind. That creation is called Upadana. So you bring the Rupa into your mind, you create another Rupa inside. So you are going to deal with that Rupa that you have created. You can't directly be with the outside Rupa. Now see, say you see a big mountain or nice scenery over there. You can't bring that to your mind. You bring the Rupa of that and you assess inside your mind or the brain. That is called Upadana. So because it's Upadana means you are creating something inside. Upadana means creating. Okay?
creating other words.
Creating
Yes,
something.
yes, very clear.
Yeah,
Very,
now,
very clear.
Yes.
yeah, from what you are creating from a Rupa. So therefore Buddha says Rupa Upadana, because that came from that Rupa.
Yeah.
Rupa Upadana. If it comes from a sound, it's a sound, but it's another Rupa. Still the sound was giving a Rupa. So there are all 5 senses are creating Rupa Upadana inside the brain from various objects. And it is creating, it's repetitively creating and looking at it, that is skanda. It's you pile up. So you pile up that, it is like a mountain. So you are creating that amount of rupa inside your mind. Okay, if you have understood that, you pile up. If you are not understood that properly, tomorrow I'm going to repeat that again and go to the next part and the next. We don't have to go fast. We don't have to go fast. No,
Okay.
not necessarily. We'll go slowly. I'll think tomorrow and think some more examples and let you know to
Wow.
make it consolidate the discussion. All
Yeah,
right.
that would be great.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Doctor. So
Okay.
okay, before
All the best.
we close this lecture, let me make an ending for the lecture, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Blessed by the Buddha's wonderful teachings, the kind mentor and doctors, compassionate, leading, and inspiring. May all beings have the intention to Bodhi and quickly realize the unsurpassed enlightenment. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you so much for that
Thank you.
statement and all that wishes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. All the best.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye. You can off that. Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.